When I reach 1000 subscribers I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Posted by u/use_134. EM and her EK try to steal my premium movie seats. So I recently found this sub and thought this story of mine would fit nicely here. For context, I'm about 14 years old and male. The EK in this story looked about 9 and the EM is your cliche Karen. Backstory time. This happened only about 3 months ago, and me and one of my friends decided to go see Shazam, which had been out in theaters for a week. So when ordering tickets, my friend and I decided we could afford premium seats for the better cinema experience. Now to meet the cast of this tale. EM. Entitled Mum EK. Entitled Kid Me F. Friend CW. Cinema worker. So F and I had just sat down in our seats. There were about 2 rows of premium seats and all were taken up when we got there. F and I were at the end of the row at the bottom row, so that made us prime prey for wild EMs. And so we were. So EM and EK enter the theater and shit instantly hits the fan. EK, mommy, can we sit in the red seats? For extra context, we went to the Odeon. Red seats are premium, regular seats are black. EM, of course we can, honey. For a second, EM scans the area of red seats and approaches F and I. EM, excuse me, could the 2 of you please move? My little angel wants to sit here. F, sorry ma'am. We paid for these seats. You 2 need to sit where the CW told you to. EK, mommy, I wanna sit down. EM, just a minute, sweetie, I need to move these brats first. M turns to us and tries to persuade us to move. EM, I'll ask nicely. Once more, please move. Me, no. I decided trying to reason with her wouldn't work, but my god, was that an awful idea. Shit really hits the fan now, and EM starts screaming at us about how we are selfish twats and tries to pull F out of his seat, while EK starts screaming his head off. Enter CW. He was a pretty big guy, about 6,2 I'd say. CW. Alright, what the hell is going on here? EM. These twats took me and EK's seats. Me, no we didn't. We have the tickets with us if you wanna. EM. They don't belong here, these are our seats. CW. Ma'am, I vividly remember telling you sit in any of the black seats, please sit where you're supposed to, or I'll have to force you to leave. EM. Those twats don't belong here either. F. Yeah we do. As me said, we have proof. F and I show our premium seat tickets and CW confirms we should be to EM and EK. Reading all the other stories, you'd probably expect EM to go apeshit and get kicked out the theater, but luckily that wasn't the case. She just grabbed EK by the wrist and sat down as far from F and I as possible. So that was that. F and I enjoyed the movie and we didn't see EM or EK again, except for when we exited the theater and EM gave us dirty looks. Posted by u/Hanako EM slaps me after trying to steal my doggo. Gets wrecked. I have a little Maltese pigeon that I'd even kill a president if they dare to harm her. Every once in a while I take her out to walk and slowly familiarize her with kids and people, because most of her life she's been an indoor pupper. Last time I posted here was a dad who was basically threatening to kill her because his entitled kids came running at her expecting her to play nice to human torpedoes running full speed. So his kid pooped his pants from fear after the doggo went full Bork overdrive on him. This time it's a random mother that decided that she'd just yoink the doge and call it her own. I took the magical walking mop out for a walk, stopping by the park as usual for her to meet with the usual kids to run and play. On a side note, if you have a Maltese, make sure they get as much energy consumption as possible. Let them run outside and play till they drop. If they keep all that energy they might develop early cluster seizures. Mine sadly does have that, but it's managed with activity and meds that she'll have to take forever. After a little while of her playing and having some fun, a mother comes by and she looks at the white sweaty poof. EM. Such a cute dog. Is she trained? Me. Yeah. We trained her since birth. She's very playful, but would ever bite anyone unless provoked. EM. Oh. How old is she? Me. About 2 years and a couple of months now. EM. That's perfect. How much would you give her away for? Me. No. She is definitely not for sale at all. I wouldn't give her away for anything. EM. Come on. Everyone has a price at the end of the day. John Wick vibes intensifies. Me, no, and that's final. She's not for sale, and I'm not giving her away. She's part of our family and you wouldn't give your family members away. We'll see about that. I leave that area and enter the tennis court. Usually no one plays here, and they don't even have the net installed. So I take the dog there to play fetch, and sometimes I'd let some friends or kids enter to play with her too. The more the merrier, the more she'll run around. Entering the area, close the door behind me, and let go of her leash, throwing her the ball, and letting her go bananas. We play fetch for a good while until that same mother comes back and hugs the tennis court's fence. The ball fetching fluff runs to her and starts jumping as her attention was taken by something. That something happened to be food, and Maltese have an appetite of a black hole. I whistle to my natural duster to come to my side. She turns to me, but is now stuck between either food or master. Food, master, food, master. The mother opens the door and steps in. Me, ma'am, please close the door. I don't want her to run outside without a leash and risk losing her. Not my problem. And besides, I'm here to take what I want. My daughter wanted that dog for months now ever since she played with her, and she tells me that the dog likes her a lot. Me, oh for the love of God, I'm not going to give her away. Now get out and close the door. Mind your tongue, or I'll put some manners into you. Me, I dare you, ma'am, I really dare you. Security. She grabs the dog and starts walking away. I had enough of her already, so I immediately went on the offensive. The dog was scared as some random person is currently holding her and is walking away from me, so she whimpers a little and throws a few barks of fear. I run up to the woman and try to grab the dog, only to be met with a slap. Big mistake on her behalf. I unleash upon her with the might of an angry pygmy mountain lion. Threw hands like I was made for it. By the time the security pulled us away from each other, she was missing %40 of her hair extensions and a black eye. Pardon my French, but I did not fuck around. I intended to make her my bitch too. She tried to put up a fight, but she couldn't swing a fist to save her life. Only knew how to throw a slap and that's about it really. So here I am. A few bruises and a ripped shirt later, not worried about anything as the cops will most likely side with me because she tried to steal my dog, attacked first. I have 4 to 5 witnesses that can testify to her attacking first and me attacking back in retaliation. And a pupper that just dropped a whole bowl of food that's half her weight at this point. I'll update if anything happens. Most likely a part 2 with the aftermath of all of this. Also, what's with Egyptian midwives and mothers and hair extensions? Like, Jesus, that's a lot of fake hair that was ripped. Posted by u/playmore96. EM wants to have my car because she's got children. Hello everybody. It seems to me that most of my EP stories revolve around my car or cars in general. However, someone in the comments of my last post gave me the idea of posting some stories involving the parents of my ex-girlfriend. Again, I'm sorry, English isn't my first language, so please forgive me for my grammar sins. Without further ado, here we go. The cast of this story involves EM, entitled Mum, my ex-girlfriend's mom. QD, quiet dad, my ex-girlfriend's stepdad, father of her younger siblings. C1 and C2, EM's and QD's children. EX, my ex-girlfriend. Me, well yeah. I certainly don't know that guy. My ex-girlfriend and I were together for about 2 years and her mum, and the personal traits she gave to her daughter, were a big part of the reason why we broke up. This story happened not too long before our breakup, in December 2017. To understand the story and the situation it revolves around, you need to know certain things. My ex-girlfriend's grandparents are living about 200 kilometers, 125 miles, away from where she lives. She frequently drove there to visit them, and so did her parents with her younger siblings. A couple of days before the situation I wanna tell you, EM got into a self-inflicted accident with her car. The car was basically a write-off at that point, and wasn't even in the state to be pulled up on the tow truck. Although both her and the guy who was involved in the accident escaped pretty much unharmed, the car absolutely wrecked. But enough talking, here we go. Ex and me were visiting her parents, just like more or less every second day of the week. It was Sunday and EM, QD. C1 and C2 plan to spend their holiday by visiting the grandparents the following week. There was just one tiny problem concerning that plan. The car they planned to use for the trip wasn't much more than a pile of metal. But luckily, EM had the perfect idea to save their holiday plans. And thus, the conversation began. X and me enter the living room. The rest of the cast is already there. EM: hi there. How are you? Me: well, I'm Fee. EM: cutting in. Anyways, whatever you were going to say, I'm sure you're okay, so listen. I need something from you. Me: yeah, as I was going to say, I'm fine. What exactly do you need? She usually asked me/us for pretty much everything, so I was very used to this. I need something from you. EM: we need your car. Me: well, no. Why do you need my car? EM: don't act stupider than you are. I told you weeks ago that we will visit my parents tomorrow. I don't have a car anymore to drive there, so we need yours. Me: I can't give you my car. I have to work all week and I need it to get there. Besides that, you aren't allowed to drive the car. The insurance doesn't pay anything if anyone except me or my parents has an accident with this car. EM: I don't see the problem. Just give us your car. We have 2 little children. We need it far more than you do. Me: so why don't you see the problem? I need that car to be able to work. I have to get to my workplace, visit customers, take care of their problems, and get back to my workplace. Up to 10 times a day if it's a busy one. Besides that, my insurance still doesn't allow you to drive the car. I can't afford to pay all the damages if there is an accident. EM: oh come on, your workplace is just 16 kilometers, 10 miles, away from your home. You can go there by bicycle or something. You're a damn leak. In Germany, leak is used to pejoratively refer to someone who is tall and skinny. Anyway, so it wouldn't be too bad for you if you would do a little sports. It'll only help you when you give us your car. Me: even if I would be willing to get to work by bicycle for a damn week, which I'm not, you still can't drive my car. I can't afford to pay for any accidents you might cause, and I know that you won't. EM: shouting: you can't say dirty words like that in front of my children, referring to me saying damn. And you do know as well as me that I am perfectly capable of driving a car without any accidents. Me GTing a little angry, talking a little louder than usual. You called me a damn leak in front of your children just a minute ago, so I'll say damn as long and often as I want to. Besides that, if you are capable of driving a car, how come that I own a car? That is perfectly fine, and you have already destroyed the second car, since I know X. EM: shouting: don't you fucking yell at me, boy. I dare you to say any fucking swear word in front of my children one more fucking time. I dare you. And I dare you to call me a bad driver one more time. Both accidents weren't my fault. While I don't know much about the first accident and whose fault it was, I know a lot about the second one. She crossed a red light and somebody hit her car in the back, so her wagon got pretty much turned into a hatchback. Me: I didn't yell at you. I might have gotten a little angry, but I didn't yell. Besides that, I can't say damn in front of your children, but you shouting fucking over and over again is perfectly fine. And also, how is it possibly not your fault when you cross a red light and get hit by someone? EM: this is my house. I can yell fuck as much as I want, and that accident wasn't my fault. The guy crossing the intersection was way too fast, so he hit me. QD: honey, calm down a little. I'm sure we can sort this out if we all just stay calm and talk about it. Maybe we can rent a C. EM: shut the fuck up. QD: no one asked you, and you know as well as I do that we can't afford to rent a car. QD looked at M and left the room. EM continued yelling at me: now just give us the car. We need it way more than you do. Me: I won't give my car away just because you don't have a running car right now. And is it possible that you stop yelling? C1 and C2 don't look like they enjoy it very much. C2, the younger one of both, looked like she was about to cry. EM: you don't have any experience in raising children. They are my children and I can yell as much as I want to in my fucking living room in front of my fucking offspring. C2 starts crying. C1 looks at her and starts crying too. EM: QD: Geo and get the children. They are crying again. QD enters the scene again, picks off both children and leaves. Give me the fucking car keys already. You have no idea how live works and you have no idea how important it is for children to see their family. Give me your car. Me, you are crazy. I will leave now. X, you can come with me, or you can stay, but I won't stay here even one more minute. X looking at me and her mum as I start walking away. After a couple of seconds she follows me outside, mumbling goodbye mum. Following us down the hallway. Don't you dare to ever come back here again. None of you. I'll swap the fucking locks and burn all your stuff. X, if you leave now, you won't be coming back here ever again. We leave the house, X slamming the front door. We then get in the car, and I sit down and buckle up as I see M in the rear mirror. She waves her hand, holding a smartphone. X, you forgot your phone. Here, take it. Throws the phone at me and hits my car with it. She runs towards us as I start the engine and drive off. She keeps shouting, "Don't you ever dare to come back," while waving the phone she threw in her hand. Me, X, what about your phone? Do you want me to drive back? X, I don't think that was my phone. I left mine in the car, she said, picking it up from the ledge where she left it. Me, so whose phone was it? X, I don't know, but both QD and I own an iPhone SE, so she might have confused them. I burst out in laughter while leaving the village where they live. Me, well I'm sorry for QD, but this shit is just too funny not to laugh. X started giggling too. After all, QD, C1 and C2, who sadly were the most unwanted children I have ever seen in my life up until this day, took the train to visit the grandparents. After a week they came back, and the whole "don't you dare to ever come back here again" thing was forgotten. As soon as didn't felt like taking care of her children, and needed someone to babysit. To be honest, I still feel sorry that C1 and C2 are growing up in an environment like this. Once X and I broke up I called CPS on M and QD, but I don't know if they did anything to help the children. Well, that's it for today. All of this is written and translated out of memory, but I think I've rewritten the whole argument as exact as possible. I have some more stories from the time I dated X, although I think most of them rather belong to /r/race narcissists. TLDR, EM says I should give her my car after she wrecked hers. She says she needs it more than I do, because she needs to take her children to visit their grandparents. I refuse to give it to her, so she starts shouting at me. X and I leave. EM proceeds to follow us and tells us to never come back to her place again. She then throws QD's phone at my car, believing that it's X's phone. If you made it up until this point, thanks for reading. If you find any mistakes, please point them out so I can correct them and learn from them. Edit, corrected mistakes. When I reach 1,000 subscribers I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below.